So we are back in the studio after returning from New York at Google's latest Chromebook showcase, and we're so excited to be able to unbox this new Lenovo Chromebook Duet. There's no numbers on it, no versions, nothing. It's just the new Lenovo Chromebook Duet. It's got some really cool things going on with it. We didn't get to spend a ton of time with it in New York, so I'm very excited to be unboxing this here on the camera with you so we can see what this thing's all about. All right, so hopefully you've already seen our hands-on at the event, but you know, they were running demo software and stuff on it at that point, and I was super impressed with this device, just with the brief hands-on we had at the event. And honestly, I didn't have a lot of time in New York to actually sit down and use this thing, and we knew we were going to do an unboxing as soon as we got home anyway. So you're kind of getting my, I looked in here to make sure all the stuff was in here, but you're going to get my off the cuff reaction to this thing. So in the box, obviously that's the tablet and stuff, but in the box, I want to point this out very specifically. There are a couple little containers in here. This one is labeled like it's maybe got a, maybe if I can get it closed again, like it's got like maybe a dongle, like an HDMI dongle. That would be awesome, by the way, if they would include that. But when I opened that up to see what it was, there's just an empty hole there. So maybe some SKUs will ship with a dongle. Other than that, it's got a 30-watt USB Type-C charger, pretty standard for a device this size. And then this one, we should have a cable. Yep, USB Type-C cable. And then another interesting thing that we did not expect is a slot with this pin in it. And so yeah, there we go. The newest USI 2.0 pen by Lenovo. I have seen that this is not, at least for right now, at least in the SKUs that we've seen, is not going to be coming with the device. So I didn't want that to confuse anybody. I think they just wanted us to have it for review purposes. But the fact that it's built, there's a spot for it like built into the box, makes me think maybe they'll ship SKUs with it, maybe with a dongle, or maybe it'll be enterprise or education. I don't know. There is an education model of this that's the exact same device this time around, instead of being a completely different device, and it just comes with a much more rugged casing that goes around it. So other than that, they're the same Chromebook, so who knows. Starting price for this one's $349.99. There are a couple SKUs. One is both of them have the Companion 838 inside, but one has 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage. The other has 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. Starting at $349, my guess is that's the 464. We don't have confirmation on that just yet, but obviously it'll start showing up in Best Buy stores soon, and at that point we'll know exactly which one we're dealing with. But yeah, here's the device. I'm going to set the pin over here so it doesn't keep rolling into the shot. And as we've seen in the leaks, you've got your diagonal kickstand here. We'll get into all that here in a second. You got your spot clearly for the pin, and we saw at the event the pin is actually magnetic this time around, so it just drops right in there. It doesn't really need, the case kind of helps, this helps guide it, but that's not like holding it in place or anything. So you can see if we take this off, the pin still holds on very strong. So it's nice to see, like, instead of having that weird I don't know what they've done in the past, like a weird piece that went underneath that and held the pin, like it's magnetic. It doesn't charge. This is powered by a quad A battery. It shows on here, so you can see if you spin this off, that's a quad HD battery, or quad A battery. Golly, I talk about Chromebooks too much. So yeah, that's the story with the pen, but it is USI 2.0. It's Lenovo's own in-house pen, but because it's USI, any USI 2.0 will work. The width and everything of this device feels a lot like the Duet 3, thinner than the original Duet, but maybe a little thicker than the Duet 3, but it's all like this rubberized feel, and I like it a whole lot. You can see it's not really picking up fingerprints like at all, which is very cool. Almost feels like a phone case, and I like that. Like, there's an absolute grip to this thing, so if you're carrying it around, you're not going to drop it. I really like that. Now let's open. Oh, got some stuff in here. Lenovo service type stuff, and it's booting up and things, but okay, we'll boot it up again here in a second. I have to get logged in and all that stuff, but We did get, again, a little bit of time with this in New York, and I did feel, yeah, so there's a lot of key travel. I don't know if you can get that on camera. The casing is a little thicker. This one is spill resistant this time around, which is awesome. It's a nice addition, especially since people are going to be taking this like coffee shops and that kind of thing. You're just prone to spill stuff on devices when you're taking it places where there's food. Definitely a plastic trackpad. Good travel. No floppiness. So that's good. Nice and smooth surface. You know, for me, if I take these things out and I'm going to work at any length of time, I usually have like my little Logitech Pebble mouse I carry with me for longer work sessions. But for quick stuff, that trackpad will be perfectly serviceable. But yeah, these keys feel really, really good. That's a really, really great keyframe for a tablet device. So let's look at real quick this thing. So this is an interesting addition what they've done this year. So it's nice and thin again, but instead of having a horizontal hinge, it's this diagonal one, and it really broke my brain when I saw it online when it leaked. It broke my brain when I saw it in person, and it still kind of breaks my brain a little bit that this thing goes out diagonally. It still works. Like, I'm just apparently not good at geometry at all, because I feel like it would fall to the side or something. I don't know. But the benefit here is that if you pop that thing out, you can then go into portrait mode. And they thought about this so much so that, yeah, there's a USB Type-C over here on this side, which is, if you're holding it this way, it's on the top. But if you're holding it this way, it's on the side. So if you want it this way next to a bigger monitor, you've got a nice hookup for a USB-C dock over here down on the bottom, because if not, you'd have to hook it up on this one at the top, and that would look really weird and probably pull the tablet over. Let's go ahead and talk about the rest of what's on the outside here before I get logged in. We've got speaker ports. Yep, speaker ports on both sides. Again, we have the single USB Type-C over here, headphone, microphone slot, power button, volume rocker up top, that other USB Type-C that is meant for when we flip it up on its top. We've actually got a camera privacy shutter here, and it's a physical one, so whenever you flip it, there's actually a shade that is going over your camera. It's not just a digital version of that. And then you just kind of got your pogo pins and stuff that hook to your keyboard along the bottom. But if you've picked up a Duet in the past, especially the Duet 3, like you know what you're dealing with here. It's metal, glass. It feels fantastic. It's super light, easy to hold in one hand. Even actually this way, if you were to hold it in one hand and you're doing some note taking and stuff. I have larger hands, so I mean, it is fitting that way. But even if you held it one hand, it does have some small bezels, so there's some spots to hold on to stuff. 5 megapixel camera in the front, 8 megapixel camera in the back, and that camera module looks like it's like ready to do business. And we talked about it on the website that there's a lot of commits that have happened, a lot of work that has gone into this 8 megapixel camera. So very interested to see how well it performs. So we'll at least get a quick hands-on with that. Hear these speakers. See this screen, should be a 400 nit, 1920 by 1200, 16 by 10 full HD screen. You know the drill there. It's kind of the same screen they've had in the Duet series for a little bit. So yeah, I'm excited to get this thing powered on, get logged in real quick, and show you guys a couple more things. All right, got everything logged in, set up, and ready to go. And as always with that process, I can just tell a lot from a Chromebook, from the way the login screens go to how smooth animations are as I'm setting things up and signing into a couple services. And so, yeah, I've got some stuff to share with you real quick about some of that. But first, I wanted to tell you, if you haven't heard about it up until now, about our Chrome Unboxed Plus community. It's this place where a bunch of people, like hundreds of people, come and discuss Chromebooks and Chrome OS and Google products, and a bunch of like-minded people that just like to stick to those topics and enjoy one another's company. It's an awesome place to hang out. I'm telling you, we're in there all the time with these folks. And for $2 a month, you're getting all sorts of cool things. So you get an ad-free experience on our website at chromeunbox.com. You get an ad-free version of the podcast. You get exclusive access to AMAs, exclusive access to Joe and myself, exclusive access to the Chrome OS team that comes and visits and does some AMA stuff with us. And so it's an awesome community, and for $2 a month, you really can't beat it. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, head over to chromeunbox.com/join, and you can get all the details and get signed up. Okay, so back to the Chromebook. We were trying to figure out when we were off camera, like, okay, so when this thing bends up, maybe it bends out that way. still a little confused, but it works really well. The only thing you have to remember is as you set it up, you want to grab from the right side. Like if you try to open this thing from the left, it is pretty difficult. So you'll hopefully get in the habit if you pick this thing up of grabbing it from the right. Very easy. And it obviously goes into multiple degrees of bend there, so you're good to go. So the first thing I want to show you is, let me turn that down to 10. How are we looking there? Okay. The screen is very reminiscent of the Duet 3, which is to say it's excellent. It's IPS, it's colorful, it pops really nice. 400 nits of brightness. It feels very bright. It looks great. It looks great off angle. No complaints. This thing looks very, very good. The second thing that I pulled up while we were off camera is a video so that you could hear the speakers. And we couldn't hear them at the event, so I had no idea, and we didn't even want to try. Like there was other music playing, people talking. It was just like, we'll do this when we get in the studio. Listen to how loud these things are. We'll kind of cover as we're unboxing. Now they're a little bit tinny. They're very loud, very, very loud. And before we get in the box, a quick word about our growing and they just sound good. I would say, let me put them down to like a real listening level. Frankly, really awesome Chrome Unbox Plus, especially for vocal stuff. And so that's very important. Obviously, with Chromebooks, you want to be very good at video calls. If you're going to build a Chromebook, it needs to be good at video calling, and so that means vocals need to be really clear. This thing is definitely tuned for vocals. The music sounds pretty good. It's not the richest bass you're ever going to hear or anything, but man, are they loud. And because they fire out both sides, it's got a really nice wide stereo separation. So a big step up from the other Lenovo Duet Chromebooks in the past. So since we're talking about video calling, let's look at the camera real quick. Let me get into that. Let's do the rear facing. So this is an 8 megapixel camera. I'm going to attempt to point this at myself. Am I roughly pointed at myself? Okay. Hopefully you can see that on Joe's camera there. The dynamic range and stuff on it is pretty good. Like I've noticed, like I just kind of was pointing it around the studio here and just looking at, the lighting in here is weird because we've got studio lights and then the background's got some light, but it's darker. And then there's one other lamp over there and it's just handling that stuff really well. Let's get a picture of this box here. I'm gonna pull that up here, and you can see, there's a considerable amount of detail. I usually on Chromebooks, I take a picture, even in decent lighting, I'm like, yeah, I guess it's okay, it's passable. You could snag some photos with this thing and actually use it, so that's pretty encouraging to start with. And let's look at the front facer here. Get that closed up, flip this around, because again, video calling is just a big deal on Chromebooks. And man, the front facer looks really good here too. I'm gonna point that at Joe and see what we get over there. So again, really, really complex lighting, shadows here, a lamp back there in the corner, and it's still able to pick up details on Joe and stuff. So yeah, this thing looks really good. You're gonna look good in your video calls for sure, and use the back camera if you want to actually capture like some video and some photos. Your phone's still going to be better, but from first blush, like looking at this just now, this is probably going to be the best back camera, like rear camera, on a Chromebook that we've seen so far. And the last thing I want to show you really quickly is an application with the pen. So I'm going to pull up Cursive here. Oops, I closed it with my fat fingered it, my big fat thumb. There. So we'll open that up, do a new note, and you'll see here, like, pen input lag is really good. Like that's excellent. That's really, really excellent. And this isn't a software video. This is talking about the hardware here. We'll have another video soon. The timing of all this stuff is a little weird, and so we'll do a whole video about some of the new features that were announced. There's a post up by this time as you're watching this on chromeunbox.com. We'll link that in the description. But there's some cool stuff that was announced with the pen. So GoodNotes is an app that's been around for a little bit, but they've made a PWA version that's specifically good for Chromebooks. We haven't got to test that out as of making this video, because timelines. We're making this video before that embargo lifts, so we actually don't have access to that app just yet. But Cursive is a pretty good indicator, because Cursive isn't like the best writing experience ever on Chromebooks. And if Cursive works really well, That means pen input's working really well on this, and Google did tell us that they've got some onboard stuff going on with like palm rejection and all that stuff to make the writing experience excellent on this. And so part of that is that partnership with GoodNotes to kind of bring, I think, maybe a more full-fledged notes experience to Chromebooks, and specifically to this Chromebook, the Lenovo Chromebook Duet. So the last thing I want to point out here, again, the keyboard and everything throughout this process has felt great. Cameras feel great. Screen's good. Performance has felt really good and really snappy. I save that stuff for the review normally, and I need to spend more time with it, obviously, before I can really tell you that this Companio 838 in this thing is really great. Obviously, we're going to hook it up to other like external monitors and that stuff. From what we've seen from MediaTek, this thing can handle like dual 4K displays at 4K 60. So I'm hoping it can handle my Quad HD. I'm hoping it can do it at 120 hertz, but we'll see on all that kind of stuff. But one other thing I wanted to point out to you is, I've been doing some stuff. We did the setup, which takes a little bit of extra processing power and all that stuff. And I've been opening a bunch of stuff, just kind of testing before as we were off camera. And as of right now, we're showing 11 hours and 16 minutes left at 96% battery. So, I mean, once I calm down the, craziness of usage, I think regular usage, you're probably going to see 12, 13 hours of use out of this thing. So as long as the performance hangs on, that kind of battery life with this kind of screen, pen input, obviously easy detachable form factor. It's nice, it's small, it's light, can fit in a bag. Pen holds on nicely. Like, I think we're in the spot where we're going to have a pretty formidable small Chromebook tablet on the market at this point. And so that's a very exciting thing. I know a lot of people have wanted to use the Duets for a lot of different things over the years, and sometimes that performance gets in the way, and sometimes when we get a little bit more performance, we lose battery, and it feels like we might be at a spot where we're going to get some pretty solid performance here. Good cameras, screen, great keyboard, nice durability, all that kind of stuff, all in one package. And starting at $349 is pretty sweet. So I think Lenovo's put together a pretty cool thing here. Obviously, going to be reviewing this one along with the other new Chromebook that was announced at the event with the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Plus. So make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss those reviews, other unboxings, other things we're going to talk about from the event, all that stuff. Make sure you don't miss it. But guys, that's it for this one. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. Head down there, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to ring the notification icon as well if you'd like to be alerted when we make future videos just like this one. Until next time, we'll see you.